We're on the record in cause number 325100, State of Texas versus Jeremy Wayne Bell. Mr. Bell, you were previously sworn in earlier on this case, is that correct? All right. Now, Mr. Bell, the information states that on or about October 25th of 2019, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, you were charged with the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault family violence. Mr. Bell, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to discharge Mr. Bell, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Bell, I have before me what has been marked as State's Exhibit number 1. It is titled the Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. Mr. Bell, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 2 of the same document, Mr. Bell, are these your initials?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of this document, Mr. Bell, is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
I have another document before me. This document is titled the Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Mr. Bell, is that your signature down here?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Bell, there are 2 boxes that's checked on this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that? Okay. Mr. Bell, I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation and Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. And on the bottom of this document, there's some initials on the line that says, I want to waive my right to an attorney and represent myself. And there's a signature on the bottom that's on the line that says defendant. Are these your initials and signature on this document? And I have another document that's titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea or Proceeding to Trial. Is that your signature above the line that says defendant? Now, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did you have an opportunity to review the documents? And did you review the documents? And did you understand what you reviewed? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'd also like to offer State's Exhibit 2, that's the PC affidavit in this case.
Okay. Mr. Bell, the state is offering State's Exhibit number 1, which is the misdemeanor plea admonishment. That's the document that have your initials online on page 2 and your signature on page 3. The state will also be offering the PC or the probable cause affidavit. It's the police report. Is it all right for the state to use these documents as evidence in your case? Okay, no objections. State's Exhibits number 1 and State's Exhibit number 2 will be admitted. Mr. Bell, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? Is there any evidence that you have any mental issues or that you have any mental issues that affect your ability to handle this case and to understand what's going on in your case? You don't have, you just shook your head, you have to say yes or no. Okay. All right. Now, Mr. Bell, the court will accept your plea of no contest. The court will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. The court will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. And the court will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
It's for 1 year deferred probation, no fine, 80 hours community service, anger management, and no contact with Tiffany Hunter.
You say Tiffany Hunter? You said it was
Yes.
Tiffany Hunter? Okay. Now, Mr. Bell, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you will not be required to pay a fine. However, you will be required to pay court costs, and the court cost is $342. You'll also be required to pay probation fees of $60 per month and pay urinalysis fee of $15 per month. And all of that will be totaled and divided, and it comes to monthly installments of $110 per month that you would have to pay. Would you be able to pay the $110 per month? You will? Okay. Now, Mr. Bell, you'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service, and you must participate in the anger management class, and you cannot have any contact with Tiffany Hunter. Do you understand the state's offer? And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
I understand. I got some, on my child, so I ain't gonna see him for a whole year.
Well, you'd have to, this says no contact with Tiffany Hunter. Now, if you have any custody matters, I don't know if you have a case with, or whatever, you may be able to resolve that by talking to an attorney who can help you with that, okay? You can talk to some attorney and they can give you more advice on that. Okay, now, do you understand the state's offer? And do you think the state's offer is fair and just?
Yes,
And do you accept the state's offer?
yes,
All right. Now, Mr. Bell, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you've entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Bell, if you successfully complete the probationary period, this case will be dismissed and you may qualify for and it will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. You can talk to an attorney about information on non-disclosures. Now, also, Mr. Bell, let me get this to you. I want you to step over here and get this. I have to read this to you. You can stand back in front of the bench. Now, this is in accordance with the Texas Administrative Code, section 146.1. The court hereby admonishes you of the following. You are, by entry of order or judgment, ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Under Texas Penal Code section 46.01, subsection 3A, firearm means any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife, blade, or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is 1, an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, or 2, a replica of an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.292, Magistrate's Orders for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code, Section 46.02, Unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code, Section 46.04, Unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code, Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking or trafficking case. Family Codes, Section 85.026, warning on protective orders. Now, Mr. Bell, please stand over here on the X. You're gonna follow the directions of our court clerk, and please have a good